Hello everybody, welcome back to another Planet Profiles here on Channel Delta Squid. We are due for another random planet, my friends. Thank you everybody who's been watching and supporting the series, I do appreciate it. Savannah or Tundra? You know what, I've had enough of cold for one day. I think we can go to, I think it's time to go back to our roots. Figuratively, of course, I'm not actually going to root anything, and I'm certainly not going to plant anything. Although I do have plenty of potatoes here, which I actually need to do a little bit of farming. I laughably call this farming. Have some bananas, some mango, indeed. So a couple of keen-eyed fans out there noticed that the planet of super duper cold, or whatever I called it that one day, was actually not the coldest planet. Apparently, we were on a moon planet that was even colder, which I believe because there's no oxygen on moon planets. So, let's put it this way: that snow planet that we were on, I think it was Tundra actually. That planet that we were on recently was the coldest hospitable planet. I think is the best way for me to describe that. And oh, by the way, I should just say, ignore the circuitry here. This is just all displays. That is not from a recent episode where we have seen similar displays in an avian underground terrace hairdresser tomb. I assure you, the appearance of those is completely coincidental. So we're on a Savannah. It's been a while since we've seen a Savannah. Hello, friend. Hello. They're looking quite. I think this fellow here has been. Sir, have you been smoking today? I need to see your eyes. Your eyes are irregularly red, sir. Yeah, he's got his head down. He knows. He knows. I'm gonna let you off with a warning. I don't have my badge, but just know that Planet Profiles, we're here to protect and serve as well as to educate, and above all else, make sure that no illicit drugs are getting past our borders. We're on a very, very, very high mountain. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take a little gander here of the coal. Look at these two fellows. Look at this, unbelievable. I'm not judging you both, any of you. I mean, you may look related. I'm not sure. I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying that if I were your parents, you would get a stern talking to. And another one. Oh my goodness, something must be in the air here. I'm not suffering from anything like that. I personally. My eyes are clean. What's this? It's a gun. So far, I've already confirmed that we have multiple individuals who've been partaking in illegal, possibly illegal, at least immoral smokingings. I find guns. Lord only knows what other paraphernalia I could find here. Look at this person. Look at this. Look at him. That is not a normal size smile, sir. And you're red and you're highly aggressive. There's only one drug I know that does that. It's that pot. And another one. Look at, oh my goodness, unbelievable. This one's gonna have to be tranquilized. Kind of. Oh my goodness, what is this? Is this a? Why is there a broken cage here? And why is there someone in that dungeon, sir? I need to talk to you. No, I've not seen a bizarrest stamp, sir. I need to know what you're doing with this poor woman. What exactly are you doing with this woman? Why is she in this dungeon? What is this? No. I think, ma'am, I think you just need to stay. I need you to step. You need to step into this corner, ma'am. I need you to step in this corner. Over here. Over here. Right here. This corner. Right here. I just need you to go this way. Ma'am. Okay. No, ma'am. Alright. You're good. Thank you. I'm conducting a very important investigation here. Oh my goodness. This is like something I've never seen before. What has he done to this poor woman? He's kept her in this dungeon. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to put down your weapon. After I get off your table. Put down your weapon, sir. You need to put down your weapon. What were you doing with that woman in there? Why is she in a dungeon? He's going to have to be tranquilized. Ugh. Alright, ma'am, you're free. Let me just get that for you here. And there you go. You're free, ma'am. You're free. Are you okay? You seem to have lost a little bit of the floor there. Apologies. Let me just go ahead and patch this up real quick. We here on the Planet Profiles, again, we're on episode number 20-something. It's been quite a ride, my friends. Oh my god, another aggressive druggie. Look at this. And there's beautiful water everywhere. Look, it's actually water. Amazing. Seems to be coal here as well. And ash for some reason. I wonder what kind of... I wonder why there's so much ash around here. See, we've seen those metallic trees before. The last time that we saw them, they weren't on a tundra planet. I believe it was a desert biome. Now these particular individuals here, as you see, by Exhibit A, by their incredibly aggressive nature, they've obviously been on some sort of methamphetamines. My goodness, there's metal chests everywhere. Look at this. Look at this. All this illicit. You have to take this for the studies. The Empress Crane Songu she would love to see some of this, I'm sure. It's unbelievable. It really is a tragedy these days when you see a planet that actually has water and not poison pools, only to have it be infested by these type. Look at this, and another one. I tell you what, this is just unbelievable. Never have I been so ashamed to be a law enforcement officer. At least, I'm not anymore. I used to be. It's my old job before I got this gig, this teaching gig. But I'm still an off-duty one. I still have the badge. I still have the authority. That's the biggest thing that a lot of people don't tell you. A lot of people will claim that your authority is over as soon as you retire. No, you never retire from the force. Look at this, and another aggressive... Well, I mean, these flares... Just go ahead and get rid of those. I have to say that, being as this is Savannah, we have not seen too much shrubbery, which can be a little bit disappointing. I mean, I'm not insinuating anything. I'm not going to say something like all the greenery may have already been smoked up by this planet's inhabitants. I'm not going to say something like that. I'm not going to say that it is possible that this Savannah was once a lush forest of green, but it was consumed by all the locals here in some sort of sick way. I'm not going to say something like that. Look at this. Look, you can just see it in the eyes. I will say though, there's plenty of elevation. Normal gravity, which is that's always a plus. It wins some points, having normal gravity, not that weird kind of gravity. We did find, I mean, there was that hut of well, I mean, let's be honest, there were two crazed lunatics there. I mean, there was the knife wielding, sword wielding lunatic and then the murderous, his murderous partner in crime, who was living in the basement. Unbelievable. This planet. I don't know if I can. There's only a certain factor that I can say the planet is not held responsible. But if this planet was producing these kind of drugs that caused these locals to do this, I don't know. I think the planet may have to be held responsible. Look at this, all this platinum. Man, can't even go on a simple TV show without having to worry about what's being smoked and shot and Lord knows what else. We are very high in the air, mind you. See, look at this. Look at the aggression. You see, kids. This is what happens. This is what happens when you get on the pot. It leads to other things. Again, I'm not judging those of you on whatever planets that might be legal. I'm just saying that from where I come from, it's not legal. Not going to name any names, but all I'm going to say is that, my goodness, it's another Florian with weapons. Look at these weapons in here. And a hammered dulcimer? I'm going to take that because I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's probably illegal. Look at this. They have superhuman strength. Able to leap like 8 feet in the air. Look how bare all these trees are. They've been smoked. They've been smoked to oblivion. That's where all the ash came from. I knew it. I knew it. There, it's all connected. I knew it. Unreal. You know, in my younger days, I'm not saying that I didn't partake in a little bit of the recreational alcohol, but that was legal. Now I'm a grown, sober man who's only here for one thing and one thing only. That's to educate with peacefulness. Sir, see what you're doing here? I understand, it's not your fault. It's the drug's fault. Please hold. It's the drug's fault. You're not seeing things clearly. That's actually all dirt. It just it may have, for those of you who may be under the effects of some sort of narcotic, they may appear green and purple, but I assure you, this is brown. If you're seeing purple right now, you might be on some sort of higher level of thinking. All these poor trees, smoke down to the well, smoke down to the stem, or the stalk, or the trunk, if you will. Look, I don't know what the kids call it these days. I'm sure it has some sort of weird name like red, jumpy, grinning face guy. It's popular with the kids. Look at this. Hiding their paraphernalia. Is this a shield? It is a shield. Well, I mean, I have to inspect this. Oh. Right, we're gonna go around the maniacs. We have no idea. There's no way to be sure what kind of strength some of these drugs inhibit. Yeah, I will say, for as many hills and mountains as we've been on, the background is quite flat. So look at this. Even the animals have been tainted. Unbelievable. To waste such a planet that actually rarely has real water that is not poison. We are very high in the air right now. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with how elevation works in this part of the universe, but if you can see the sky without seeing the ground, you are very, very high. I'm not talking as high as these individuals. Look at this. Unbelievable. You may not be as high as them, but you're almost as high as them. Sir, alright, look. Look, this has got to stop, alright? He's gonna have to be tranquilized. I'm just gonna hit him a couple times and then we'll be good. There we go. Well, if anything, I can say that I at least uncovered the madness of this planet. I don't know if this planet was going to be inhabited by anyone. I mean, obviously, I don't know anything about it. Look at it, sir. I'm gonna need my drill back. Thank you. Look at this superhuman. It's unbelievable. There's more Florians. Oh, it is a Florian with spikes on the roof. Now the Florians are not known to they're not known to have any connection with the, well, I dare not say their names, but you know which people I'm talking about. There's two types of people in this galaxy, in this universe. Terrorists and non-terrorists. And to my knowledge, the Florians actually don't have any. Look at this person. Look at this face. Did any of you see? Look at the face. Look at that. Baring their teeth and all like an animal. Both of you need to take a chill pill. That's right. That's what's going to happen to you if you keep it up. You need to change your lifestyle. You need to change this. It's interesting that the only beings that we've seen on here were Florian. They did appear. They did appear possibly somewhat inebriated. I'm not going to insinuate anything again. I'm not an accuser. I'm not a judge. I'm just saying that they were their skin color was an off green, off more than usual for Florians. It wasn't a racial stereotype. I'm just saying. The planet itself, highly unremarkable. Now, again, whether or not that is the indirect effect of getting smoked into oblivion I'm not here to assume. I'm here to educate and investigate. Oh wow, those turned into plant fibers. Did not know that. Well, I mean, it's a nice, helpful, easy way to get rid of dangerous shrubbery. Turn it into something positive. There's no telling what this planet may have looked like beforehand. I'm sure it was probably beautiful. As beautiful as, well, I mean, even the background has been smoked to oblivion. It's all desert and ash. Sirs, this needs to stop right now. This needs to stop right now. Okay? The silliness is it's too much for me. It's just too much. And here we are once again with these. I've seen enough. Well, I'm sad to report that this planet, even though I have to give it points, I do have to give the planet props for at least having water and pools that were not infested with poison. But I cannot overlook the ridiculous amount of narcotics that we saw, natural or unnatural, and certainly the inhabitants were they're quite out of their mind. I think the kids call it blown or something like that. So with that, my friends, I'm going to give this planet an official planet profile score of 25. And I shall dub this planet Planet Pot.